Well, welcome back to another video here on the channel. This is part 1. This may be a 20-part series. I don't know. I may just eventually just make it a live stream down the line. The point is that I'm reading part of my Halloween script. Now, what is this Halloween script? It's a full-blown reboot remake. That's what it is. This is my vision, my pitch for a remake. If I do ever get a chance to turn it into a fan film, I would love to do that. But this is essentially a pitch, an ideal, a full script for a Halloween remake, something that I want. I need to clarify, this will not be for everybody. This Halloween script, it is not for everybody. People will hate on the script, but yeah, it is what it is. You can't please everybody, but yeah, it's obviously called Halloween. I would call it something else, but obviously it's a reboot, or I may try to fit it. In order for me to call it something else, I may try to fit it in after Halloween 6 and City in 2000. I don't know, but anyway. So it is. So we are opening, obviously in '63. It is October 31st, showing camera pans on the Myers house. Now, obviously, it's, dinner time, right? But anyway, so it's set in 1963. We know. So we are opening in 1963. We are opening in '63. October 31st, showing camera pans on the Myers house, similar to the original. The camera goes around the house, again, similar to the original. Overhead shot of the Myers house. I want an overhead shot of the Myers house. So I want an overhead shot of the house, and then I want the camera to come in and do an overhead shot of the Myers house at the table. So you will see the Myers family, but they're not speaking. You hear a small cue of the music in the background. And then the camera zooms into Michael's eyes. And then black screen. All you hear is screams, and we know what happened. He just killed his sister. So let me know so I need all engagement in this video. So when I say black screen, all you hear is screams, obviously he's killing his sister. Now, would you guys like to see that scene and do my version on it? But again, we've seen it in the original. We've seen it in Rob Zombie's. Would you want to see my version and what I would do with that? So I'm very curious to know. But yeah, black screen, all you hear is screams. Title screen, Halloween. Then the theme kicks in. Then we go to 1984. And I am taking a cue from the Halloween Return script. I said my piece. I'm a huge fan of that script. I may eventually do some type of breakdown like we watched a movie does. But anyway, then we go to 1984. Michael is set on death row. He's about to get executed, very similar to Halloween Returns. They take him to the room. They take him to the execution room, whatever they feel like calling it. Then the cue from the score kicks in. Not the full, again, a cue, a small, you know what I mean? And I specify this in the script. Do not show his face, only hands and back of head. They about to give him the needle, obviously the execution, the battle execution. He looks at the people that are watching, and this is where things get interesting. I think I start pulling some people in. He looks at the people that are watching. You see Sheriff Brackett and his daughter. Some people may not like that I'm taking a cue from Rob Zombie, but I don't know. Hate me if you want. He looks at the people that are watching. You see Sheriff Brackett and his daughter, 17 or 18. And that is the actress that I want. I want an actress that's 17, 18 that could fit that role. Brown hair, but really don't matter though. Myers looks at her. Then they give him the needle. Similar to the Halloween Returns script. Lights go out, Myers escapes, cue the score. A big massacre happens, very, very, very reminiscent of Halloween 6. But this is where this is where I set up that Michael's vicious, he's brutal, he's evil, and this scene is more brutal, more gorier, more bloodier than the Halloween 6 version. Bracken and his daughter escapes out the back. 1 year later, we finally open up on Halloween 1985. That is what that's what I have for right now. And as I said, I'm establishing Michael is a beast. He's demonic, he's evil, whatever, right? But the important thing is, this script, everyone's going to hate it. Like I'm going to tell you right now, everyone's going to hate this script. Is Dr. Loomis in this? Let's not get there. But again, I obviously I love the character Dr. Loomis, but I want to save him for the sequel. But we are going to acknowledge him there. I'm already tossing around ideas for what I could do with Dr. Loomis, but not focusing on him because I don't really want to focus on him until the second movie. Then obviously, I may back myself up in the corner. I have to explain where he's been, yada yada yada. Maybe he finally comes in the picture now, yada yada yada, right? But it may be one of those things where, I decide to write him in a script, but it will only be because so I don't back myself up in the corner and so I don't get so much hate. But yeah, point is, I can already, obviously it's not written yet, but the point is, towards the ending, this is gonna make some people angry. Sorry, but I'm not. Again, if you but I am the end, towards the ending, towards all that, is more of a home invasion styled movie. Now you're sitting there saying, you sit here, can't talk, apologize. You're sitting there and and you're saying to yourself, that's boring. I don't want to see that. I just gave you a really cool intro. I wanted to kick this off with a bang, and that is how the middle half is going to be, and it's going to stay persistent throughout the whole movie. But I want to kind of do what the original Halloween did, and that was kind of slow it down towards the end when Michael's finally in the house chasing the kids or anything like that. But that premise, but for majority of the ending of the movie, where it's set in like a home invasion, brackets. Your daughter is babysitting. She's your final girl in this. She's babysitting. Michael appears. Woo, you know what I mean? And then that's when, everything breaks loose. And then you kind of go into a home invasion. Because again, I want to establish two sides of Michael. I want to establish in this intro where I said, he escapes, lights go black, he escapes. There's a similar scene like Halloween 6. I specify that. Not only do I specify that, I also want to specify there's two sides of Michael in my version. He can be, a beast, evil. He can do sadistic kills. He can be a beast. He could be like Nick Castle, Tyler Mane. He can, be like James Jude Courtney. He can be all these Michaels in this one movie, and that's what I want to establish in this movie right here. Towards the end, I want to, have Michael more of a stalker, very reminiscent of part 1 and what they did with Halloween 2018 for the most part of Halloween 2018. That's what I am setting up here. That is what I'm setting up here. Now, again, the hardest part, if I do turn this into a fan film, the hardest part will be finding someone to edit the film, because I'm not that great at editing, and what I request is daunting and very hard to do. Watching, thinking about the original Halloween, towards the end of the movie, that's when that blue hue kind of kicked in. That's what it's known for. So I kind of want my movie, I want my movie to be an homage, a tip of the hat to the original. Kind of like what Halloween Kills is going to be doing. I don't know if Halloween Kills is going to do it through the whole movie, but I don't think they are, because the original Halloween really didn't do that. Especially the whole outside scenes where Dr. Loomis is talking, and you see like Michael stalking. You really don't see any blue hues, maybe like a some, but not a lot. The blue hues don't come into the night. And I think John Carpenter did it that way so you can see more of a blue hue because obviously it's dark in the house, it's dark outside, right? That's exactly what I want from my ending is to have a blue hue towards the end of the movie. Towards the end of the movie, right, I want a blue hue. When the home invasion stuff kicks in with Michael, I want a blue hue. That's what I want, it's like a blue hue. Obviously, I would have to get a editor that knows how to color correct, to do everything like that. And obviously, if it can't match up, regular correction to blue hue towards the end of the movie, if it can't match up, if it's not, you know, you know if it can't match up, or if it's not looking too, good or clean, then I would just scrap it and just do a regular color correction. But I would like a blue hue if that is so, if I can find somebody editing. Again, would I ever turn this into a fan film? Sure. Like I'll be more inclined to turn this into a fan film any day of the week. But I need help doing this. I need I need some help, with this. And there's another thing. Honestly, I want to play Michael. Yeah, it will be easier, just to hire somebody else. But then that's another daunting task. When I think I'm a decent build, I'm a decent height, I can play Michael, I can get that job done. Even then, though, then I would have, still I have to find somebody to direct me. Honestly, I'll be directing the movie, but I would also want a co-director, mainly for the scenes for when I'm Michael. Mainly for the scenes when I'm Michael, I would want to be the I need a co-director, obviously, like I said, for a lot of things, really. But, yeah, this is part of my Halloween script. Like I said, it starts off at 63, October 31st, showing camera pans, then we go to 1984, Michael's sit on death row, like the Halloween Return script. He's about to get executed. They take him to the room, they cue they cue the score, then they give him the whole execution needle. Then all this happens, and you see Sheriff Brackett's daughter, 17 or 18. That's what I want the actress to be. I do not want an actress. Do not want an actress that's 20 or 21. Now, if she can look like, she's 17 or 18, then fine. Like, I would hire that person only under that condition. Obviously, they have to be a good actor. But yeah. So, and two, I don't, so yeah, that's my Halloween script. Kicking it off with a bang, and that's what I think the original Halloween did. And I think that's what Rob Zombie's Halloween did. And I think even Halloween 2 did the exact same thing. So I'm kicking this movie off with a bang, kind of slowing it down to the end, and that makes some people angry. I don't know. But point is, I'm proud of the script. I've written a few scripts in the past as a kid, but this is something that I can say I'm proud of, because this is my one of my passions, because I love doing music. That's something I will always do. I will always do music, but I also want to dip my toes into writing scripts, coming up with stuff like that. And this is dipping my toes. This is dipping my toes right here. Is writing, because obviously Halloween, the Myers character is my second favorite slasher, so he's near and dear to my heart, like Chucky. Chucky's my favorite, and planning on a Chucky script, because I got two other scripts that I want to write after this script. There's a Chucky one, and then there's original Ideal. So then there's a Chucky one, then there's original Ideal one. I'm not gonna spoil the Chucky one. Just know this. For my Chucky script, like I said, it's not even written, but I'm just tossing around ideas. Just know how I talk about Seed of Chucky's not canon. Yeah. How I talk about Seed of Chucky's not canon. The Chucky movie that I'll be writing would be set in 2000 or 2002, and it will be picking up after Bride. That's the only thing I'm going to say, but it'll be a proper sequel to Bride, of finally retconning Seed. But, yeah, this is my Halloween movie. Part of it. Again, this is part of the script. I still have to write the middle, and the ending. The middle is going to be really tricky to me because I don't know what the middle is going to be. I don't have a clue. So like I said, need you guys' engagement. Number one, what should the middle be? What should the middle be? And do you like the first half of this script? Do you like the first half where, Michael's on death row, like the Halloween Returns script? There's this big massacre. Your final girl is going to be Sheriff Brackett's daughter. It will be set in 1985. I want to take it back to the 80s. And even if I do make this into a fan film, I want it to feel 80s. I want it to make it feel like you're in the 80s. Again, that's another part where I need an editor because I, need it to feel like the 80s. I don't know what that will be, but I need it to feel like the 80s. You know what I mean? So I would need it to feel like the 80s, And that's another thing too, like, I live in an apartment, right? And I don't see, like, I really don't see how I would be able to film the ending in my apartment. I would have to use somebody's house. And I truly do not know anybody that will let me use their house, as I'm going to need to use the outside, the interior, and hey, if you got a basement, I'm going to use your basement as the execution, like that whole execution room. I'm going to build me some walls and do all that. I can get really creative with some sets too. But that's the thing, like, towards the end, like, I'm going to need someone's house. Like, I'm going to need someone's house. It don't matter if you got a 1-bedroom. I'm going to need somebody's house. Like, I'm going to need someone's house to film outside, to film the inside. And better yet, if you got a basement, let me use the basement too, for the beginning. And then, everything like that. I think it's really cool. So I'm very proud of this Halloween script. Let me know let me know in the comments below how you feel about the first half. Do you think it's trash, or do you think it's pretty good? I'm very curious to know, and help me out in the comments below. What do you think the middle should be? Because I'm kind of stuck on the middle. I hate getting stuck on stuff. I really hate getting stuck on stuff. So do help your boy out. Let me know what I should do for the middle. But other than that, I'm very proud of the script. So like I said, I want engagement in the comments. Let me know some things I should change, some things you would like to see. Let me know what I should do for the middle. And like I said, would you guys like to see Michael kill his sister in my version, or do you just prefer the black screen and just move on, right? Again, those are your options for the Michael killing his sister scene. Is the option just black screen like how I have it, or just doing my version of him doing that, So yeah, full engagement in the comments below. Stay till the end, type like button, and also smack the like button if you enjoyed. Hit the notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video. Yeah.